If there's one video that I would say, hey, go watch that one, it's this one right here, and here's why. I get asked the question all the time. Tom, you've been around the funeral home industry your entire life. Walk us through the difference between a traditional funeral, all the things that have to happen, how much is that going to cost, versus cremation or direct cremation. And we all know cremation is on the rise. 60% of the services today are cremation, and that's climbing every single day. In the next 10 years, it could be north of 80% of the services are cremation because of the benefits associated with cremation versus traditional funeral, which we've been doing for a very long time, as we all know. But let's get under the hood here on the cost associated with each one. On the left-hand side is the traditional funeral. On the right-hand side is direct cremation. As you can see, I already started listing out the very first thing because this one here happens to be the icky and the gross one. And that's the embalming process. And that, of course, is when your body is drained and your body is filled back up with the embalming fluid. Perhaps your eyelids and your mouth are glued shut, and you got some makeup on, you got all this stuff, and then you're stuck in the ground. But the embalming is going to cost you somewhere between $500 and $700, give or take, depending on where you're at and where you're going. Then, of course, you get your casket. These are pricey. I mean, you can have a casket that could be anywhere from just $2,000 all the way up until about $5,000 or more. But let's just put down $5,000. The next piece would be the facility itself, the funeral home. There's going to be a fee. They've got staff and others there, and all of the upkeep around that facility, these beautiful facilities out there, but that's going to cost somewhere between $1,500 and $2,000. Next would be your vehicles. Your vehicles are going to cost you some money too, because vehicles, you see those nice, big, beautiful vehicles out there that the funeral homes do have, the hearse being one of them. Maybe they have a limo, whatever it is, your vehicles are going to run somewhere between $500 and $1,000. So for your vehicles, $500 to $1,000. And then you're going to have the staff fees. I mentioned earlier, the people that are there taking care of the services, you got to pay for your people, so staffing could be between $1,500 and $2,000. And then next you've got your burial plot. Your burial plot, of course, the place where you're going to be buried, that could be anywhere from $1,000 up to $4,000. So if you add all of this up, the low end of the range and the upper end of the range, it's somewhere around $7,000. That's my quick math there. You all can check me online here and let me know if you see something different. And then on the upper end, I believe this was somewhere around, I think, $11,500. Again, I want to give you a range because put yourself right in the middle there. Probably safe to say you could be somewhere around $9,000, give or take, right? When it's all said and done, if you go with that traditional funeral service. Just to recap, you got to get embalmed, got to have a casket. Of course, you're in a facility with vehicles and their staff, and then your burial plot down here at the cemetery. $7,000 to $11,500.